I mean, I love Don Granato. I mean, I just love this guy.
I like him too.
The Donnie difference.
I'm so close to just saying do
I
it.
think I'm there.
I might be there.
I think I'm there. You can, I mean, do your search, interview your guys, but I would not hate Granato coming back.
Yeah, I'm still the same way. Like, I would still prefer to at least hear that they talk to a few guys. And if they come away with it and they think, like, you know what, I think it's just better if we just keep Granato with this group. They're comfortable with him, obviously. And the young guys are thriving under him, which is beautiful to watch. And, you know, I mean, would have loved to have seen how Eichel plays under him. But, I mean, Eichel's an elite player. We know he's going to perform regardless. But, you know, still would have been nice to see. But, unfortunately, we're not going to get the chance to. But I don't know.
You know, it's so noticeable how much better this team is that, like, the national media are noticing the difference, too, and how much better they've been playing.
Yeah.
We're crawling out of the basement, though, too. I mean, trying to. I mean, I want to say we're only 3 points behind Ottawa and New Jersey, at least going into tonight's games. I know it's 9:00 now, but
I think the NHL finally is putting us above the Seattle Krakens in the power rankings.
That that was Mike Harrington.
Wow.
Was it really?
Yes. That was Mike Harrington.
That's not surprising.
I mean, it was deserving, but that was Mike Harrington.
I mean, yeah, it's fair. But
Seattle Krakens, really?
Yeah. So Ullmark, I wanted to touch on Ullmark. Obviously, he's hurt.
Right.
My question is that I want to bring to the table for you guys.
What
kind of contract would you sign him for? Since seeing that he's a piece of glass, he's good, but seeing that UPL is maybe a half year to a year to being ready. You know, Tokarski isn't terrible. You know, you could. Ullmark's going to be looking for a long-term deal now.
Right.
You know, so what do you guys think?
All right, so I'm not too much into the contracts and stuff. I'm trying to think, because I was looking at contracts for goalies, and I'm trying to think of like a goalie, like a consistent goalie. What is their most price range? What is their base salary usually?
Well, to put like the top, like the very top,
10 million.
He's still the highest paid.
Mil.
I think Bobrovsky's getting something like that too in Florida,
like 8 or 9.
Yeah,
Vasilevsky too.
I think he's up there.
I think
he might even be in the 7 or 8 range.
I was gonna say I think he's around there because everyone in Tampa takes pay cuts.
So I mean, listen to that.
But
Ullmark's not gonna get that kind of money.
What Ullmark's market is probably
4 to 5.
4 to 5
at a ceiling 6.
Yeah.
6 definitely the highest, I would say.
You know, if you're gonna bridge him again, then you pay him more, pay him 6. But I wouldn't pay him 6.
I would prefer not to. I'm more, and we touched on it a few weeks ago, where a few weeks ago we said like, I at least said like, I would do 5 a year for 5 years. Like I agreed to that at the time. But now that he got injured again, I'm like, this is kind of a trend. Like, I don't know if I could give him 5 years. I would prefer 2 years.
We got
3 at most, maybe.
We got a comment from Nick English over here.
We got Nick.
What we got, Nick? What do you got? Ullmark's injury was a blessing in disguise.
Why don't you read it out loud for the class, Sebastian?
I was never good at reading.
Ullmark injury was a blessing in disguise. Sabres now have leverage because they can't stay healthy. The only thing he is best, free agent goalie outside Avs goalie.
Yo, you made it halfway through the video. Hey, thank you for watching. Please hit this video with a like. Also, let us know what you think of the video down below. We very appreciate it.
That's a fair way to look at it.
It is a fair yes. Appreciate the comment, Nick.
Because before Ullmark definitely had all the leverage. Because look, he could walk into Kevin Adams and be like, "Look, guy, I'm the only NHL goalie you have in the organization, capable NHL goalie." But now with his injury, like Nick said, that's a fair point. That now the Sabres have some more leverage, and they're like, "Look, like." You haven't proven you can stay healthy. So you're proving you're good, but you haven't proven you could stay healthy. So yeah, I think hopefully hopefully they can bridge him. And hopefully over that time he either proves he can stay healthy and is very good, and then we'll have to figure out where we go from there in a couple years down the road. Or hopefully by that time Luukkonen has proven himself and Luukkonen can take over for much cheaper.
All right. Anything else you guys want to bring up on the Sabres? Anything?
Just, I mean,
Warren Owens.
Casey
Owen Twins?
Middlestat,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Oh, want to do a Middlestat? All right.
You know-
So I'm giddy about how
Yeah.
good he's been playing. Like, because
It's-
it was just,
Middlestat, Dahlin, he's making plays like he used to make in the Swedish Elite League.
mhm.
You know, I mean, it's one after the other. You know, the
Mhm.
young guys that we thought were about to write off, or they're just taking that step under Granato, and we're beating Washington, we're beating Pittsburgh, we're hanging with Boston. I mean, and these are the top teams in the East,
Mhm.
East Division.
I think if hopefully we can go back to our normal division next year, but
Hopefully.
like
More
a healthy Eichel next year with this forward group minus Cody Eakin, hopefully minus Kyle Okposo, even though Okposo's played really well since Granato took over as well, but still making too much money. But I feel like that forward group is good enough to compete for a playoff spot with where with what they got right now, and adding a fully healthy Eichel. Maybe go out and get one more top six forward, but the forward group I think could be really good next
Well,
year.
the question is, will Eichel be back in a Sabres uniform next year?
He will. Don't even talk about
Oh
it.
no.
We don't have to talk about that. No, I'm just
All right,
ignoring it. We're not.
we'll bring that up
No.
closer, to the off season. But
He will be here.
That July 1st show is going to be a fun show.
it's good. But another here's a funny thing. So when they officially said that Jack Eichel was out for the season, you want to know how I found my news out? I felt old school. I was at the airport and I was on the plane going to Florida, and the guy had the sports section. I said, "Yo, can I borrow the sports section?" And here's me reading the article about Jack Eichel being out for the season.
I used to read the
Yeah.
paper when I worked overnights at Tops.
Yeah.
Shout out
It's
tall
fun.
guy from Tops.
So, okay.
Nick commented something else too. I just want to touch on too real quick.
Ooh,
when
real
he
quick,
mentioned, like,
and then we'll move on to some Yankees.
Bjork looks good too. It's working out so far. Bjork's looking like the guy that some people have mentioned that he, was kind of buried in Boston because they're so deep and they're so talented that he didn't really get a full opportunity. And now that he's getting a full opportunity here, he's playing pretty well, and you're seeing good speed. I think maybe some better finishing ability because we saw in overtime in the one game where he got the breakaway, couldn't quite bury it against Boston, his first game here. And but I've been really impressed with Bjork, and I'm feeling a lot better about the trade now than I did when it first happened, for sure. Because he wasn't my first choice to get from Boston. But
Boston. You love Boston. I know you love them.
let's move on.
Well, hey, you made it this far. Hey, you might as well give us a like, or you might as well subscribe too. Please?
Please.